Hi there, welcome to my channel where I take you on tours of tiny homes and showcase stories of people living alternatively. In today's video, we're going to take a tour of perhaps the most affordable and tiniest home that we've ever featured on this channel. And we're going to meet the owner who lived and traveled in this 48 square foot tiny house for nearly 4 years before upsizing to a 400 square foot garage that he converted into his workshop and permanent home. If you like these kind of videos, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know every single time I publish a new tour. But right now, let's meet Keith and take a tour of his teeny tiny DIY home.
Will you join me? Will you roll? Make this house our tiny home.
Hi, how's it going? My name's Keith, and I'd like to welcome y'all to my micro cabin, Home on Wheels. Welcome to my micro cabin. It's all wood construction, typical home construction. The cabin is 6 feet wide, 8 feet long. All this, it's all from pallets. And this design is actually, it's called a herringbone. The roof is made out of galvanized metal. The only downfall is it gets a little loud in hailstorms. It's not too bad, you get used to it. So the base trailer is a old home-built yard trailer that I had completely taken apart. I had somebody weld some tabs on it so I could bolt new pressure-treated deck boards down on it to give me a good solid foundation for building the house. I have this great back porch on it. This is actually an engine grate from a heavy machinery. You can see all the holes in it for ventilation. I have these that fold down. So, you know, when you're in camp, you have more room to put your shoes or set something on there. And then basically just kind of stuff I found on my travels. I found this out in the desert, an old shot up propane tank that I use for my rear porch light. This grab handle is an old antique grab handle off of an RV. This mailbox is actually a kid's lunchbox from the 1960s. I was out cruising around looking for a mailbox for it, and I saw that up on a top shelf in an antique shop and had to have it. On this side, I do have a hot water propane shower. Under here, I do have storage. I have 2 deep cycle batteries. I have a 25-gallon water tank, and I still have 1 box open. I'd like to put a diesel heater in there eventually. So this side of the trailer, we actually do have outside storage on it. We got some drawers that pull out. So it's real nice when you're in camp. This turns into basically my outside kitchen. I usually keep my big grill down in here, lift it out, set it on there. You're cooking and prepping outside. And then an old reclaimed window that's seen better days, but still works. I had to put Lexan in because I lost 2 of the glass panels out of it. All right, let's take a peek inside. So the whole idea and the design behind this was to be able to have my own little cabin in the woods or the desert or anywhere I want to go with it. So that was kind of the initial design idea behind it. I wanted something rustic. I wanted something funky. This was actually my home for about 4 years. It's getting torn apart and things are getting moved around and changed around a little bit right now. So it's not as pretty as it usually is, but super simple layout in here. I have my kitchen area. These are kind of a neat feature. So these all open up and fold down. So you have a little bit more storage on the shelves and they all lock up for transit. This little guy here is just for kind of organization, clipping keys or whatever on there. This area up front here is my desk, so I can sit down, pull this desk out, work on a computer. I used to have a flat screen TV mounted here as well. I have a bunch of storage back underneath here. I also have storage below these kitchen drawers behind that wheel well. Storage is definitely a challenge in a small rig like this. So every little nook and cranny, you gotta try to find a spot. This was a couch out of a fifth wheel trailer, a futon couch. So it was on brackets that it would drop down and everything like that. When I was in here full time, I actually had big foam pads, so it was super comfortable. And then here I have access to my batteries. They're under there. These ceilings are magnetic, which are pretty dope. I can stand completely up because of the added roof, because of the pop top. And that's the only reason. The old ceiling was down here and I couldn't deal with it, so I cut a big hole in the roof and built this. Future plans for the pop top is it's gonna go straight up about 3 feet. And then I do have material that'll go all the way around. And then I'll also be able to really utilize this loft space with some wood panels that go across. So it could be a full deal with an opening. You can crawl up and then have a wooden panel slide across. And it'll be a nice full big double bed up there. Total cost to build that, I would say I'm into it for about maybe $8,000, $7,000. It's bigger than it looks. Like people are always like, oh, it's the tiniest house ever. I lived out of this camper for about 4 years. I would basically just kind of camp out during the summer, and over the winter I would have kind of jobs lined up. I'm a framer. I build custom houses. I was out on the road and somebody told me like, hey, you should, check out Bend. A lot going on building wise there. The access of camping so close to town and then having decent paying jobs and always something going on was kind of a huge draw for me. That's kind of how I ended up here. Finding this spot, moving into the shop, it's been great. It just allows me to have material on hand, more tools. Welcome to the shop. Come on in. This is a 20 foot by 20 foot space. Half of it is pretty much my work area and half of it is converted to my living area. As you can see over here, this is my woodworking area. I've been messing with making these wooden artwork frame pictures. This is my tool cubby. I built this specifically to hold all this stuff. Pretty much all my cordless tools, Sawzall, circular saw, flush cut drill, impact, light, jigsaw, and my 2 brad nailers. So moving on down the line, we have basically the engine rebuild zone right now. This is the motor out of my dirt bike that I'm working on. Under here, I have all my sockets, all my wrenches, everything like that. I've had it for a few months and I'm not even missing one right now. My dad would be so proud of me. So this wall is what's called a French cleat wall. Basically it's pieces of wood with 45-degree angles on the back, as you can see. And then this is just the reverse cut off of this. So you have the freedom to pretty much move all these anywhere you want. I have my California raisins up here. I actually had a placemat when I was a little kid and I came across 1 or 2 in an antique shop, bought them, and then a couple years later I've got a few more, and every antique shop I ever go in I'm always trying to find some more raisins that I don't have. This guy's my favorite probably. You can wind him up and he walks and stuff. He's a pretty cool dude, but yeah, they're pretty funny. All right, we'll head over here and check out the chop saw stand. So this is my pride and joy, my chop saw stand. I basically have every size of scrap wood, easy to find. Chop saw has a sticker that says, "Caution, this machine has no brain, use your own." Wear your safety glasses, kids. This thing's no joke. Don't run it too late after too many beers. That is all. So next we'll take you over and check out the living area. Got my lazy boy, my couch, and that's basically all I need. Some hanging storage for all my coats and stuff that I use every day. I have this mini fridge in here, mini fridge and freezer. The entire shop space, the entire garage out here, everything's mine. And then I have full use of the kitchen, bathroom, shower, everything in the house. And I do have roommates in the house, but it's like the perfect transition from like camper living because I don't share walls with anyone. I have my own space. Occasionally I'll help somebody out with their build outs on their vans. You know, a lot of people want to do stuff themselves, but they don't necessarily have the tools or the know-how or even the space to do it. That's been nice to be able to give back a little bit.
Thanks for watching this week's video. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you soon with another unique home tour.